they go through trials and tribulations. We don't need your claps. Claps is good. Boom, there we go. But the highest honor of a poet is a snap. So when you hear something that they say, you snap your fingers. Can everybody dig it? I said, can you dig it?
I'm gonna get into this.
To love one, to touch one, to heal one. And as that being said, we have rules. Like I said, everybody's coming, but we are gonna go ahead and start the show. Rule number one. We have 5, maybe 6 minutes for the person to speak. Depends what they feel. I'm honored to bring him up, and I'm honored to share the mics with him. Brother Joshua, can you come up and bless him one time? Y'all give it up for Brother Jerry.
Thank you. You got the best introductions. It's good to see you all today. This poem's called Reflections Still Exist. Look in the mirror and check yourself. Whatever you want, you can never look at yourself and ask for help. Check out my spiritual gains and inspect your wealth. I need a space. I need to keep space. You're losing the race because you headed to the finish line. Look at the youth, and look at the youth in its prime. Don't seek power just to diminish minds. Live in the belly of peace with the visualize. And if you got the balls, then testify. Your brothers and fathers are deep in prison time. Don't rest in these rhymes. The blood, I see you in your business grind, but don't let that grind define your destruction. My biggest fear is idle time, and I'm receiving so much love, but no longer have tolerance for the arrogance. Can you love without control? Can you walk through life without control? Can you relate without hate? There's no need to cry or suffer when you got a family to protect you. So imagine if my relations formed a strong black family, and that family formed a real community, and that community built a nation. And that's not a figment of your imagination. It's very impossible, or the impossible is very possible. And there's no one stopping you. Now, I've seen a lot of ish, but I know you're important because reflections still exist.
Turn off the TV, wash our ass. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes, you know? It is what it is. Y'all mind if I do one? Ready. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody know who Paul Simon is? Anybody ever heard of that dude? He used to write songs, you know what I'm saying, this, that, whatever. Sometimes, you know, I reflect my life upon songs because they know what the hell they're talking about. This one is called I Live a Paul Simon Kind of Life. Now, to get into this, you gotta understand this, it's going by 3 different visualizations. It's coming from a man, from a woman, and then a child. The 3 building blocks of life, man, woman, and child. Y'all dig it? All right. I live a Paul Simon kind of life. You don't know me. You don't know the day I've had. Been working at a job that only pays $7.30 an hour. Been here for a while now. I feel the soreness in my feet. Work my hands to the bone. Still I can't make ends meet. My frustration is deep. I mean, it's beyond measure. It's getting to the point that my girl don't want to give me no pleasure. Because I can't afford her no rock-and-wear clothes or $300 purse. She said, I should have stayed with that dude that beat it on me. At least he knew what I was worth. All I want is a happy life. I deserve a shot at redemption. Even when I die, I at least want my name to be mentioned. But until then, I'm that dude going to work, saying, God, why am I soft in the middle? Why am I soft in the middle? Why am I soft in the middle and the rest of my life is so hard? The woman's point of view. You don't know me. You don't know what I went through last night. My kids are hungry. I left them at home. To feed them, I got to be in this strange dude's house all alone. He don't know nothing about me. Not interested in my inner beauty. His interest for 30 minutes is to see what he can put in my booty. By the way, my name is Tootie. But I guess they didn't, and I come from a good family, but I guess they didn't know what was lurking inside of me. The urge to be hot 24/7, be in touch. I don't want to slowly discover love. I want to get in the bed and rush. I guess it was too much. Now I got 2 kids by 2 babies' daddies. I guess it is what it is. I'm not a bad girl. I just spread my legs too early. Now to pay my bills, I gotta sleep with Mark, Chris, Stephon, Antoine, and Jerry. But hey, I do what I gotta do. Money's good, I ain't gonna lie. Even though I'm on my 3rd child and sometimes come home with a black eye. I wanna do better, but until then, I'm gonna lay on my back saying, God, why am I soft in the middle? Why am I soft in the middle? Why am I soft in the middle and the rest of my life is so hard? Now the child's point of view, you don't know me. You may think you do, but you don't. You may want to give me advice about life, but I bet you won't. You want to know about me? Well, let the story be told. I'm only 13. My mom had me when she was 15 years old. It ain't all bad though. She does make sure that we eat. And yeah, I know how she makes her money. Sleeping between the sheets. I guess it's a meet and greet. Hell, when I get grown, do what I gotta do to flex that muscle. I guess it's that type of thing. And I'm not knocking her hustle. I want to see more of my mom, and I try not to make a fuss. But come on, she takes more pictures of her crew in the club than she does of us. Mostly it's just me and my sister, and most of the time we're sad. Sometimes my mom punched me in the eye because I look like my dad. By the way, my dad, he was 31 when they first met. I guess he wanted to see how I felt to make a teenager wet. I ain't worried about my future. See, my life now is insane. That's why I hang out in the corners to escape the crying and the pain. See, the boulevard ain't safe for us kids. That's how it is. On the streets, I ain't scared to death. That's how I live. People claim they want to save me. But until I see that hero, I'm going to ask God, why am I soft in the middle? Why am I soft in the middle? Why am I soft in the middle and the rest of my life is so hard? Peace.
All right.
Don't mind. They don't mind the fact that there's a man pushing dope minds into our neighborhoods to give us those dope minds. Knowing the fact that we just don't mind. And I've grown to realize that we don't mind one of those dope rhymes, but for one time it takes that one time. That's 1 9 with 1 blind. Boom. We wasting another young mind. But y'all, nah, y'all don't mind. And you think it makes a difference because you got some profit, some green, that cream, cash rules everything around me? To them, you still the same melanin-filled skeleton rocking that brown meat. And I tell you, brother, they don't mind. You don't care about the past because it happened in a long time, but they gave us those liberty pills that don't chime. And still, y'all don't mind? You don't mind that the propaganda campaigns are set to make you hold down your own kind. In a race to the big house, you ask for everything they'll hand you. Not thinking about them later generations having that burden to shake when you're gone in this manner. But remember, my brother, you don't mind. See, when I tell you that we matter, we are the alphas, the kings, queens, Hueys, Luthers, and the Malcolms. When I remind you that there's a cure for the illest illnesses known to man stuck with a child that can't think. Don't sink, my brother. You don't mind. So, don't mind losing. Don't mind not being helped. Don't mind not knowing. Don't mind being killed. And don't mind being that target because you don't mind. Peace.
Don't mind. And don't mind. That was a point. Yeah, they're gonna love this on the radio. I'm telling you. Did y'all hear what he said? Did anybody even comprehend just a smidge of what Brother D'Angelo was talking about? Man. Y'all having a good time so far?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh hell no. That was too quiet. Those who know me know I ain't down for the quiet shit. I said, y'all having a good time so far? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we got somebody on here. T. Brother T. I am honored. Brother T. Y'all give it up for Brother T.
That's my boy right there before me. This is where you get it from. I'm in nature. I run a farmer's market. I want all my people to eat healthy. Right? A tree doesn't stand tall unless the roots run deep. Teach your children and teach your children well. My job is not complete. Nature, I pay attention.
That, my brother, was dope. That was dope. Y'all give it up for Brother T. That was dope. Hot damn. It took a lot of courage. And I'm not trying to bring everybody's high down, so to speak, but this one has been, I'll put it like this, it took me 5 years to write this poem. And it was a poem about my mother. This one is called The Only Woman That Ever Died For Me. My mother was a bold woman. Very seldom did she act meek. I guess that's because her blood was African American mixed with a little bit of Cherokee. Whenever she got dressed, she did it with class. You couldn't tell she was from the ghetto. Even though she was raised on the mean streets, she was respectful enough to say hello. Y'all tell them folks, come on in. Don't hurt yourselves like that. Come on in here. Come on in here. Y'all just ate over there. Come on in here.
Feed them a word.
Like I said, even though she was raised on the mean streets, she was respectful enough to say hello. She would invite people into her house and to eat and finish the dinner with a sweet hug. Even to this day, people still say, my mother was the true definition of love. And who knew this better than I, the youngest of her children? On my cloudy days, the sun would instantly shine whenever she stepped into the building. An evangelist, let me get me wrong, we was mischievous. Sometimes we didn't know how to act. But that's when my mom would gladly bless us with a nice firm smack. Sometimes it was on our butts, most of the times it was on our face. But that's because she was the boss. And we had to remember and be reminded that she runs this place. But the most beautiful things about my mother is how she showed the world that I was her favorite. She would let me watch cartoons at any given time, and no one in the house dared debate it.
That's right.
She used to take me to the park. All day I would play on the slides, the seesaw, the swings. Even after crying from each haircut, she would brag about her handsome chubby kid. Her lessons to me was to always be good. In this life, let no one abuse you. She taught me a lesson, the most important one of all. Always to remember that being black is beautiful. We went on many adventures, just me and her. I thought to myself, this would never change. I even went with her on her doctor's visits. And that's when things started to get strange. I started to see less and less of my mother. She was either at the doctor's or at work. When I did get to see her, I could tell with one glance that her body was starting to hurt. People would say, "You're doing too much. You need to rest and take care of yourself." She replied, "I got 8 mouths to feed. The last thing on my mind is my health." Did y'all hear what I said? Let me say that again. I said, people would say to my mother, "You're doing too much. you need to rest and take care of yourself. My mother replied, I got 8 mouths to feed. The last thing on my mind is my health. I remember one night, my mother got up to do something, and I asked her, if you're going somewhere. She softly put her hand on my heart and said, if I do, I'll always be right here. I never forget that cloudy Saturday, watching cartoons, waiting for my mom to get home. All of a sudden, I felt a pain in my chest, a pain to this day that has never gone. I saw my father enter the living room, his face filled with sorrow. I felt the hurt in his walk. He said, son, grab your jacket. We're going to the park. We need to talk. When he told me my mother had passed, my eyes filled with so much water I couldn't see. I screamed to the sky. I screamed to the clouds, please don't take my sunshine away from me. And then I heard her. I heard my mother throughout the screaming and the tears. She said, baby, I'm okay. Your mother is safe. Have no fear. My love and protection is forever here, and nothing else will come above it. Whenever you are in your lowest of woes, my voice will give you comfort. And I hold on to that. I say I hold on to that, even to this day. Even when the world treats me unkindly, and sometimes things don't go my way. Even when people viciously judge me, you'll never see me wear a frown. I am a prince, born from a true black queen. You can never take my crown. And from her sacrifice, I learned in life to try to make evens out of odds. I represent my mother as the physical truth. That this woman did a damn good job. Peace. Ah, man. Well, that took a lot out of me. It's called Sweet Thing. Basically, it's saying that whatever you do when you go out into the world, you can always come back home. You see what I'm saying? So listen up. It's a little hymn, it's a little poetry that's saying, you know? This is what it is. Let me tell you about this girl from back in the day. They'll be in town. They'll finally recognize a new queen is in town. Now her fam said, baby girl, what you doing? This ain't the type of life that you should be pursuing. I know it seems pretty, all the glitter and the gold, but best to believe we've been down the road. You know what she said? She said, I don't need permission when it comes to my decisions. Everything that I deserve in life I will be getting. I don't care if it's you or it's God that I'm dissing. I see my future brightly with my 20/20 vision. Well, go ahead, baby girl. I hope you claim your phone. If things get too shady, you can always come back home. And if you ever find yourself crying by the bed, just remember those things that your mom once said. She said, sweet thing, let me tell you about the world and the way things are. I know you come from a different place, and I know that you traveled far. And travel far she did, to the home of the big city, where parties go all night and everything is wild and witty. She found some companions, and this is what they say. Come with us, baby girl. We'll help you on your way. We'll show you how to spark the fire and make it forever burn. We'll also show you how to get to the point of no return. Ain't no half-stepping. She told them, y'all with it. If this is what it takes to get my opportunity, I'm gonna get it. Matter of fact, if I have to, I'll take one for the team. See, y'all don't understand. I'm living out my dream. Living out her dream. So she met this dude that swore he'd be good to her. And tattooed on his heart was the name Lucifer. Filled her head with honey, said there's no contest, even doing some slick shit like Drake, you the best. She said, I'm not saying hanging with you will be boring, but I think you need to slow down now. Heed the warning. Come on, baby, sniff this line. Let your body relax. She sniffed. Haha, bitch, welcome to the trap. Sweet things, let me tell you about the world and the way things are, bro. I know you come from a different place, and I know that you travel far. 4 years, she traveled down the same destructive road. Now she's on 50 different prescriptions, and none of them is for a cold. Did y'all hear what I just said? I said 4 years she traveled down the same destructive road. Now she's on 40 different prescriptions and none of them is for a cold. She tried painting a pretty picture of winning the opposite of lose. Her canvas is now tainted with the colors of being battered and bruised. From her face to her body, she dropped a size or two. If her fam saw her now, she'd be unrecognizable. Now she's on the corner in the cold and the rain. For the first time in her life, she knows the true meaning of pain. I'm talking about that pain that eats away at your bones. Not the pain from the weather, but the pain of being alone. What if those friends that helped crash your life dead into the tree? The same sons of bitches screaming, keep away from me. All the confusion in her head, none of this is understandable. Instead of living like the star, she's living like an animal. She falls to her knees, almost cracking each bone, screaming, God, take me home. Sweet thing, let me tell you about the world and the way things are. I know you come from a different place, and I know that you travel far. Peace.
Thanks, Alex. It's called Little Princess. Also, the story of someone who travels to places they are not from, having the ultimate adventure in a place with ancient traditions in conflict. Witnessing and participating in a culture that is not yours from origin is a unique and eye-opening experience that makes one continually reflective. What is my role here? Who is it that is friends with who, and who seems to be tense? What are the perceptions of the people of where I am from, who look like me, and what does this mean? What do I do with this? Where will I go? What do I do with it? A poem I literally started a few hours ago, unfinished, unaware that poetry night would be happening, unaware that I would be here. Where a poetry night would have been met with a Confederate flag at the end of the block. I can't help but remember holding hands with innocent Ghanaian children. Me, with these children. Me, a white woman, holding hands with the same children in the same architectural structure where their ancestors were sold. It's why I get mad when I see a Confederate flag flying at the end of this block right now. I apologize for the ignorance of people who look like me, who have planted slavery in the architecture of America's building blocks. If we keep doing like we've always done, it will continue to be the way it's always been. So if you want me to go say something right now, I will.
Can y'all hear?
Can y'all hear me? I'm right here. I don't want to get my lipstick up here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to see, look at this right here, Mr. Junior. Look at this, all these faces of different shades and colors. I love it. This is a little piece I'm working on, and I hope you all enjoy the little vocals. Is that cool? We should be talking, but we ain't saying much, so you just trying to take off my clothes. We both have been down this road, so where it goes, we already know. I've been fighting this feeling for some time.
Creed.
Let's see what happens, alright? Let's redefine the age and identify the power of a name. Complex understanding in this time we are insane because that we allow those who call kings outside their name reducing titles to refer to them as dogs. Because being fly is our new crown. Because being a queen, king, and queen is tight, but only if trap is in front of it. And being a slave is cool as long as the chains are great and paper is made of it. Sticks and stones can hurt, but words have a spiritual impact. That's why I say soldier when they say thugs. When they say thoughts, I say queen. When they say nigga, I say king. When they say cracker, I say brother. I'm gonna redefine this age. I'm gonna redefine this age by the seams, so watch what you call me.
Folk like folk, laughing at ya. There once was a man from Peru. He fell asleep in his canoe. He started drinking the Venus, pulled out his penis. Woke up with a handful of goo. Actual words on the album. They try to censor things after that, you know? Wonder why. This is the latest one I heard. Duck walked up to the prostitute. Whack, whack. Put it on my bill.
You said, nice I reply, fight I imply, I get mine for life, and that's at least I try. If you don't believe in me, it's fine. Hopefully you see good in your eyes when you look in the mirror. You're tasteless and patient, replacing what's amazing, facing what's placed in from someone else. Hatred is taken, used as a blanket. Suddenly you ask why you wake and feel it. At least I state my truth. There is fake in you, but I believe in who is standing in front of me, bashing my ideas of greatness because I fight with love and encouragement. I entice the hype of nourishment. So what I'm saying is, I'm empowered, no matter what. For everything you say, remember that I will always pay it forward in a better way.
Oh, brother Mario!
Yes.
That baby is gonna come out powerful as hell. I'm telling you. But she nodding her head like, yeah, but not the way you think. And last but not least, I want to thank all the artists that shared this mic with me tonight. This is how you bless the brother Ray in the house. You panic!
I want to be looking at it. I want it now. I want it everybody. Like he don't.
The attribute Haji and the true enough of God. And me, Allah, God, Islam, as I proceed to civilize and uncivilized, where there's wisdom to the groove from the wise. You see, I'm like a verbalizer from the fact of moving backwards. It's easy to the black man is a dog spelled backwards. The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father civilization, God of the universe. Manifesting thoughts from my infinite style, making sure this travels 23 million miles here in the section of the because the heart of the we should got my older put money in the pan for the rest of the week. I'm eating out soup cans. He has a home driving K to town. Got my older believing that he's coming from the ground. Later